As we get closer and closer to the launch of Microsoft's Surface Duo 2, a particular word keeps coming back in my comments over and over, and that word is continuum. Now, if that does not ring a bell to you, let's have a brief history lesson here. So continuum was one of the headlining features, so to speak, of the Windows Phone ecosystem. And what this was a feature wherein you could plug your Windows Phone device into this dock like you see here, and it would then allow you to run a desktop computer-like experience on an external mouse, external keyboard, storage, whatever you needed to use effectively. And your phone would then generate this desktop OS looking setup here. As you can see, it looks a lot like standard Windows, and this is running off of the power of your Windows Phone smartphone device. Now, this may sound very familiar to you because while Microsoft doesn't do this anymore, Samsung does, and they call it DeX. And I've talked quite a bit about Samsung DeX, and I think that DeX does a lot of really, really good things. Strangely enough, Surface Duo does not have anything like Continuum or like DeX. And that confuses people. People ask me all the time, is Surface Duo 2 going to have something like Continuum? A way to use my Surface Duo as a productivity device on the go. I bring it home, I drop it in a dock, I plug it in, and I have a desktop experience like what we have on the Z Fold devices or on the Samsung, premium Samsung devices, and continue my work in a desktop style environment. Is that something we're going to have? And I've said in the past that it's something that Microsoft should have invested in. It's something that they should have done already, and for whatever reason, they've just not done it. So the answer to the initial question here, are we going to have Continuum on Surface Duo 2? Almost certainly no, we are not, because Microsoft thinks they have their solution already, and it's called Your Phone. Now, if you're not familiar with this already, Your Phone is pre-installed on Samsung devices and on the Surface Duo. Same thing will go for the Surface Duo 2. In fact, if you look in your notification shade, you pull that thing down, you see bottom side there, mine says RG Boss, that's the name of my computer. Yours will say something like link to Windows if you haven't already done so. If you long press on that icon, you will get the settings to be able to set this thing up. And if you have it installed on your Windows computer, which I believe Your Phone is pre-installed on Windows 11, it may be pre-installed on Windows 12 at this point as well. It is an app on your computer. And what this does is this. It allows you to access all your notifications here on your Windows device. So if I got a notification here, I could see it pop up here, and I would also see it pop up in my notifications here on Windows. Beyond that, you can also send text messages from this interface. You can see your recent pictures taken from this interface. On Surface Duo, you can actually cast your screen itself of your Surface Duo to your phone, which will set up here. And now I am wirelessly casting my my display. And that's basically what they want you to do. They want you to come home and just cast your display, because you can actually control it with a mouse. You can come home and say, oh, let's do a little look at the weather. We're going to browse Twitter here for a minute, whatever your workflow might be. I don't know whose workflow is weather in Twitter, but I digress. This is what they want you to be using in terms of a continuum replacement. You can see here, I just now got a notification, an email from Tile that I'm going to just go ahead and delete, and I'm taking care of the notification. And it works relatively well. However, there is one strange thing about the Your Phone app, and this kind of plays into Surface Duo 2, because there are actually more features available in the Your Phone app than what Surface Duo is able to access. And I can demonstrate this by switching to my Z Fold 2, and you can see that some of my icons have changed, in particular this one here, because in place of just straight up casting your screen of your Surface Duo, of your smartphone, your device, I have a list of the apps that are actually on my phone. And what I can do from there is I can double click on one, and I will get a window opened up with that app running in a window like it's a native Windows app. And I can scroll through it, I can navigate it, I can do whatever I want to do with that app. And that is not something that you can actually do with the Surface Duo 1, but it is something you're going to be able to do with Surface Duo 2, because Surface Duo 2 is finally going to get the full suite of features that some devices like Samsung's devices already had. Now, of course, you do still maintain the ability to just open up your full display and use that, and you can just, you know, do whatever you need to do that way as well. But if you want to just cast an individual app, that is something you're now going to be able to do on Surface Duo 2. So is this better or worse than Samsung DeX? Is this better or worse than Microsoft's Continuum? Personally, I think that's a silly question because I don't think you can compare them. I think the Your Phone app is pretty good. Look, if all you want to do is get your text messages, see your notifications on your phone, and maybe access some of the apps on your phone, on your computer, with the same files, sure, absolutely. However, to say that you could even come close to comparing them to this, which is being run off of my Z Fold right now in real time, is honestly just preposterous, because this clearly is a superior experience. You have a full desktop style workflow here where you can do things like snapping apps to the sides, just like on Windows. You can do true multitasking here. This is a far superior productivity setup. If your goal in life is to be able to bring your smartphone home and then continue your workflow in a more productive way, to me, what Samsung has is just better. And the reason is because, yeah, it's got Your Phone with all the stuff going on, all the bells and whistles, but it's also got DeX. So I think that Surface Duo 2 is going to take a step in the right direction, right? It's going to get some new features in the Your Phone app, and clearly Microsoft believes in the Your Phone app. But personally, I don't think you can compare this really to DeX. I think that they're in two entirely different leagues, and the fact of the matter is that one has both and one just has one of them. So guys, if you're wondering if Surface Duo 2 is going to have Continuum, the answer is no. They're going to have a better version of the Your Phone app with some new features like what I've just shown you, and that is going to be it. Hopefully that is enough to keep you, ladies and gentlemen, happy. As always, thanks for making it to the end of this video. If you do enjoy my content, please consider hitting that join button down below. It's a great way to help support the channel. Stay tuned for more content just like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.